Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the star line by singer, songwriter, producer, actor, and founding member of 98 Degrees. His latest single, Lit, features Pompey. We welcome Jeff Timmons.
How you doing? Thanks a lot for having me. I really appreciate being with you.
Absolutely great, Jeff. Let's go beyond the mic. What made Lit speak to you, and why did you seg into dance music?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was a total accident. So I was writing this song with my friend Pompey, who you had mentioned, and was introduced to him actually by, believe it or not, James Brown's old business manager. He said, I've got this great producer. He's got a great start to a song. We ended up trading it back and forth and recording it. I did the demo vocals for another artist. I mean, I didn't even have intentions for me doing the song or ever releasing it. Pompey loved the way it sounded, refused to give it to anybody else. And then we felt, that the timing was right for it now to finally put it out post-pandemic. We thought that it's a good song. It'll get people's energy and spirits up, get them out on the dance floor. And we thought it was a timely song for right now.
How did you spend the time during the pandemic quarantine, and how did it change you?
That's a great question. I mean, I think, look, I like to see things as half full. Certainly, the pandemic was tragic for a lot of people, but on a positive note, I got to spend more time with my family, which I really, really loved. I don't know if they did as much as I loved it. But, look, I like to create and cultivate different projects within entertainment and tech. And, I had some of these things on the back burner because 98 Degrees was taking up so much of my time and such a priority for me. But as you know, we all had plenty of time to get creative and look at other projects. And so I was able to, get my hands on a bunch of different things and get in front of a bunch of different people I traditionally probably couldn't get in front of had we not been faced with the pandemic. So I saw it as an opportunity to work on some other things, grow as a person, do a lot of reading, really get into as good a shape as I possibly could. And I just kind of changed me as, I would say, it humbled me even more. I mean, I feel like it's important to remain humble in life, but certainly it puts things in perspective when things like that happen.
Jeff, how has facing adversity challenged you? What do you consider your biggest success and your biggest failure?
Well, I think, that's a really, really tremendous question. Well, I think my biggest failure would probably be my first marriage. I didn't stay married, so I got a divorce. You want to be, successful in anything in life. So I would say that that's probably my biggest failure, but my biggest success, I think, is being a dad and a husband. Not to sound corny or cliche. Look, the music business, it comes and goes. It's treacherous. It's hard. We're fortunate, you and I, to be a part of it and experiencing success or even having a job, making a living out of it. So that's there. I mean, working hard at anything will yield success. Remaining humble, keeping the faith will cultivate success. But it's tough to be a parent and tough to be a good husband. And so I feel like that's probably where I excel the most.
Amen to that, my friend. Well, it's time for the Rocky Nate. 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure.
Oh, let's do it. I love this.
Best thing about Kent State University?
That's where I started 98 Degrees, the first version of it.
What food do you pig out on?
Seafood.
Have you ever taken, now come on, you got to tell me the truth. Have you ever taken anything from a hotel? Robes. Look, the Ritz-Carlton's got some really fancy ones. How many robes do you have?
So I have a couple of those.
What's your favorite moment with Stevie Wonder?
Oh my gosh, every moment. He was amazing to be around. Most humble guy on the planet, most talented guy I've ever been around.
How about the best arena to sing in?
Oh, that's so tough. There's so many good ones. I would say the Barclays Center, because when we lived in Brooklyn, it was not nice. And now that's a beautiful place. It was great to go back and perform it at the Barclays Center.
What was the first tattoo you ever got?
The first tattoo I ever got was the 98 Degrees tattoo. I got it in Phoenix, Arizona.
What do you do that drives your wife, Amanda, absolutely crazy?
Everything. Everything. I don't know. I don't sleep very much. So that probably drives her nuts. I'm awake around the clock.
How about your favorite ride at Walt Disney World?
I love it sounds corny, but I love the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
It's time for the back half with founding member of 98 Degrees, Jeff Timmons. His latest single features Pompey. It is Lit, and he joins us beyond the mic. Jeff, any second thoughts about forming the band Sure Shot?
Yeah, I mean, look, I love that opportunity, and now I'm a part of one called ATCK, which is sort of more in vogue now. I think it was a little bit before its time. Sure Shot had Chris Kirkpatrick, Brian Abrams, and Rich from LFO in it, and now it didn't work at the time because I think it was premature. Everybody still had their own like dedicated fan bases, but now at ATCK I have AJ from Backstreet, Chris, and sometimes Trevor Pennick. So I don't have any regrets about it other than we had a bunch of good songs that never got released.
Why does music feed your soul?
Oh my gosh, it's really hard to explain it in words. I mean, when you create something in the studio, and most of the time I do that. I do like to write. A lot of the guys are just singers out there, but I love to write. I love to be in the studio. I love to produce. It just satisfies and is therapeutic. It satisfies a creative part of me that I need an energy that I need to release. And the fact that you can do it and put it out and people like it and pay you to do it is like an absolute dream for me.
Wow. So what's your typical morning workout?
Morning workout, I usually get up around 5 o'clock after going to bed around 3. And I'll get on the treadmill. Get on the treadmill and I'll do some HIIT training and run. I'll go work out in the gym and do some heavy lifting, and then I'll do a little bit of meditating. So I have a full day by the time it's 8 or 9 o'clock.
It's time for One Big Question with founding member of 98 Degrees, Jeff Timmons, beyond the mic. Jeff, you've been in one of the biggest bands. 8 top 40 singles, over 10 million albums sold. But what do you consider success for you now?
Success is just being able to do it for a living, but really, it's about giving back, right? So, and not just the charitable organizations, which I'm involved with a number of those, but really giving artists an opportunity and some insight on how to have success in the business and what is a sustainable way to do it. And anytime I can do that and let people, kind of get into my mind a little bit and have an understanding of, what you do, what you don't do, how you treat people, and I can impart some knowledge and experience on them, not because I'm smart, just because I've been through it. That's the most rewarding thing for me right now at this stage of my life.
What do you have to say to your fans?
Just thank you. I mean, I mean, obviously without fans, we wouldn't be here speaking today. And for them to have been endured, 25 years of the journey with us and still be there and still be excited so many years later and still be, contributing to our fan base and spreading the word about our group. I feel very grateful and fortunate, blessed to have them out there and appreciate each and every one of them.
His latest single is Lit, the dance hit featuring Pompey. He still has Ritz-Carlton robes, drives his wife crazy, and never sleeps more than a couple hours a day. We thank Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you for the amazing interview and great questions. I really, really appreciate it.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut.